Coronation Street star stuns as she reveals pregnancy to stunned husband. Tonight's ITV episode delivered multiple twists, featuring a shocking comeback, a cherished resident fighting for survival, and a jaw-dropping baby reveal. The drama began when David Platt's rubbish row with new neighbor Carla escalated after he spotted 2 of her bin bags dumped in his own. His fury quickly shifted to disbelief when he stumbled upon a positive pregnancy test, instantly thinking it belonged to Carla's stepdaughter Betsy. But his assumptions were quickly crushed when Sister Sarah reminded him that his teenage daughter Lily had been showing several suspicious symptoms. She had been vomiting in the mornings, moaning about stomach cramps, and as Sarah reminded him, that was exactly her age when she fell pregnant. David was horrified and confronted Lily, which ended in disaster. She stormed off to her bedroom, locking the door, while Sarah rushed to tell David's wife Shona, prompting her swift return home. "David, where's Lily?" Shona demanded the moment she walked in. "She's upstairs," he admitted. "She shut herself away. Apparently I'm the worst dad ever." "Well, can you blame her?" Shona shot back. "What on earth were you thinking?" "What do you mean? What was I thinking?" David argued, still certain his daughter was the one expecting. "Was I meant to pat her on the back?" That's when Shona dropped her own revelation. "No, but you could have congratulated me. Us," she admitted. "The test wasn't Lily's, it was mine, you idiot." David stood frozen, stunned to learn he's about to have another baby, with one child already behind bars and another heading down a dark path if her recent actions are anything to judge by. Corey's Clare Sweeney breaks silence on Brookside comeback. Coronation Street actress Clare Sweeney has opened up about the much-talked-about Brookside return. The classic soap is making a one-off comeback in a crossover with Hollyoaks for its 30th anniversary, with several familiar Brookside faces stepping back into character. But Sweeney won't be among them. The star, best known as Lindsay Corkill and now seen as Cassie Plummer on Corey, explained that her current workload rules her out of joining. "It's fantastic news that it's returning," she told the Daily Star, "but I'm not involved." Sweeney went on to say she was delighted to see so much buzz around Brookside's revival and shared that a recent visit to the old set brought back strong emotions. "I'm still hugely fond of the show. A few months back, I took my son to see The Close," she revealed. "As soon as I stepped out of the car, I welled up. I was standing outside my old on-screen home." Fans will once again get to see the iconic Close on television, with producers confirming last month that filming would return there. Several past Hollyoaks cast members will also feature in the anniversary storyline, alongside a special one-off comeback for the late-night spin-off Hollyoaks Later. Coronation Street stuns fans as long-lost character makes eerie return 4 years after being killed off. In a jaw-dropping twist, ITV's Coronation Street brought back a figure believed to be dead, sending shockwaves through Weatherfield in the latest episode. The storyline unfolded during Betsy's wild 18th birthday morning, where she downed celebratory shots with Ryan and urged her mum Lisa to join in the boozy fun. Before long, the music was blasting through the house, turning the place into a daytime party zone. The racket drove Roy Cropper to retreat to the quiet refuge of the cafe, while an irritated David Platt arrived at their doorstep demanding peace. After David was dismissed, Betsy confided in Lisa about a secret romance she had been keeping under wraps, but the tense moment quickly soured. Betsy snapped, cutting off her mother, and stormed away in anger. Moments later, Lisa's phone rang. Betsy was on the other end, calling to apologize. But before the conversation could continue, Lisa was left frozen in terror when she heard her daughter scream as a speeding car hurtled towards her. Lisa, with Carla by her side, dashed from the house in a panic. To her relief, Betsy was shaken but unharmed. The same could not be said for another local. The vehicle swerved at the last second, avoiding Betsy, but struck Tyrone Dobbs instead, leaving him badly injured on the road. Later, back at home, Lisa and Betsy shared an emotional heart-to-heart after the harrowing ordeal. Lisa presented her daughter with a treasured keepsake for her milestone birthday, a necklace that once belonged to Becky. "It was your mum's," Lisa said softly. "I've been holding on to it for 4 years, waiting for the right moment to give it to you." Betsy, moved to tears, admired the jewelry. "It's gorgeous," she admitted. "I've really missed her today. Do you mind if I go out for a bit? I just need some air and to put my headphones on." Meanwhile, at the hospital where Tyrone was fighting for his life, Roy was visibly shaken. He confessed to Evelyn that he had witnessed something disturbing, a face he believed was impossible to see again. "I spotted someone who shouldn't exist anymore," he whispered, "but I can only reveal their identity to Carla." Back at Lisa's home, the night grew darker. She poured herself a large glass of wine and sat staring at an old photograph of herself, Betsy and Becky, tears brimming in her eyes. The memory weighed heavy on her heart. Suddenly, the silence was broken by the sound of a door creaking open. Someone had slipped in through the back entrance. Lisa turned, startled, and dropped her glass, wine splashing across the floor. There, standing in the shadows, was a figure wearing the exact green coat Roy had seen earlier at the hospital, a woman thought to have died years ago. Lisa's face drained of color as she let out a blood-curdling scream. George, stunned as shocking twist puts him at the center of a deadly storyline. George Shuttleworth has been enjoying an unexpected run as Weatherfield's unlikely ladies' man, even rivaling Carl Webster for the number of women competing for his charm. But when long-term partner Eileen Grimshaw jetted off to Thailand on a solo adventure, George was left adrift and vulnerable. His sister Glenda quickly intervened, signing him up to a dating app to push him back into the world of romance. Unfortunately, George's first attempt at online dating was nothing short of a disaster. His match seemed far more fascinated with reminiscing with Glenda than showing any genuine interest in poor George, leaving him feeling deflated. It wasn't all doom and gloom, though. Jenny Connor found herself swooning over George's handyman skills after he heroically fixed a leak at the cabin with nothing more than a hammer and quick thinking. Her admiration was cut short, however, when her long-standing rival Christina Boyd made a dramatic entrance. To Jenny's frustration, George was quickly distracted by Christina's charms, ignoring Jenny completely, a sting made worse after Jenny's recent stunt with Christina's husband's coffin. But next week, George's focus is pulled away from romantic dramas when real danger comes crashing into his path. While walking through the street, he finds himself face to face with a stolen car hurtling towards him, driven recklessly by Dylan Wilson, with partner in crime Brody Michaelis in the passenger seat. Dylan, drawn into Carl Webster's car theft scheme by his manipulative friend Brody, reluctantly joins the plan to steal high-end vehicles and prove their worth to Carl. Despite Dylan's nerves, the boys power through the streets, eager to impress, only for George to catch sight of them mid-crime. Shock ripples across his face as he realizes exactly who is behind the wheel. Viewers already know that this stolen vehicle will become the trigger for a devastating hit-and-run, leaving one Weatherfield resident in a hospital bed, clinging to life. George is now caught in the middle of the chaos, but the big question looms. Will he tell the police what he witnessed, or keep quiet and protect Dylan? Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.